if you can please let me know. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. That would be great. This is a brand new experience for me. So if you could let me know that you can hear me and see me, that would be great. So Gertrudis, is that yes, you can hear me and see me? Yes, this is the place to come, Michelle. Okay, so let me explain what has happened. We had a storm come through my house recently, within the last couple of hours, and the internet is down. There's some damage that's happened as well. And so I don't have internet. And I have a hotspot, but the hotspot is not strong enough to run the software that is needed to live stream. So I hope that you guys can go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can still hear me and see me, because I'm going to try and do this lesson anyway. I'm ready, I'm prepared, so I would love to continue to give this lesson to you, and we'll see how it goes. So let me know. I'm watching. Let's see who is here today. Jose from, okay, Dia, great. Nice to see you. Hello, Anna. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hi, Dwee. Hi, Vishuda. Hey, Michelle. The image is a little blurred. Okay. Is my image still blurry? Let me know if my image is still blurry. I hope not. Jonathan's given me some thumbs up. That's great. So this has been an interesting experience, guys. Okay, but I'm going to soldier on. So today, our lesson is supposed to be about long vowels. Okay, loud and clear. Great. Hello, Dia. Hello, welcome, guys. So I am teaching to you from my phone, and so we are going to try and give this a go. Okay, thanks so much for showing up. Jonathan or Vishuda or anyone else, if you could please go into the WhatsApp. I shared the link, but if you guys can make sure that the link is shared as well, that would be fantastic. Thanks so much. And Robin, if you're watching, I'm sorry, this is me troubleshooting. I'm trying to still meet with the students here. So let's talk about long vowels, guys. So we talked about the short vowels in English last week, and we learned that the short vowels in English are very difficult for a lot of non-native speakers. The short vowels are difficult to pronounce, and they just cause a lot of difficulties. And so we reviewed those in our lesson last week. And I know that for many of you, you said, this is hard. And I appreciated how diligently you worked to try and learn the lesson. And it was something that with the short vowels, you're going to have to work with over time. For some of you, you do not have some of the short vowels in your native language. And so you have to train your ear to really hear them. And that is very difficult. It's very similar for myself. I am trying to improve my Spanish, and there are certain sounds in Spanish that I cannot hear the difference between how a native Spanish speaker is saying it and how I am saying it. And so it can be rather frustrating for me. I'm not seeing anybody mention anything in the chat right now. So can somebody please type something for me so I can see? Again, this is a new format for me, so I want to make sure that you guys are asking questions as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the lesson, and we will see. You can put titles while I hear you. I understand that. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and shut down all of this information and I'm going to give you guys the lesson. Hello, Nuria. Hello, everyone. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I have a great Spanish teacher. And hello, Diego. I am hoping to get out to Ecuador sometime in the next year. Okay, so we're going to talk about the long vowel sounds tonight. And the beauty with the long vowel sounds is that you know them from looking at A, E, I, O, and U. So the long vowel sounds say their name. A, that's the long A vowel sound. E, that's the long E vowel sound. I is the long I. O and U. So how do you pronounce these sounds? All right, hang tight with me. So let me know, guys, how is your day going? I am struggling with getting my computer, so I'm going to restart it. Quit OBS. So who knew that there would be so much difficulty here? I got to force quit everything on my computer. I love my computer, but right now I'm not liking my computer very much. So let's talk about the long A. The long A vowel sound says its name, A. But of course, when we look at words, they're not always spelled the same. Yes, Anna, I think today's lesson is going to be much easier for you because the long A sounds are always, I shouldn't say always, the long A vowel sounds are typically much easier for non-native speakers to pick up. Yes, I understand what you're saying, Alex. When there's so many different accents, and I am from the Midwest in the United States, so I have what's considered by most American English speakers to be a neutral accent, meaning that I don't have a lot of accents that I'm using. And my kids are here in the kitchen. They are getting dinner. I made dinner tonight, guys. I made goulash, and if you if you would like, I can show you the goulash. You might enjoy it, Pasha. Oh, no, don't take my phone. Go get the goulash and bring it here. I'll show you my dinner while I'm bringing up my... Yes, I'm glad you could start your day with a smile. On the inside, guys, I'm freaking out, like totally freaking out because I'm not able to do for you what I prepared, and I really want to give you guys a great lesson, but I can't bring up my slides right now. Everything is gone. Okay, so we might just do a Q&A, okay? So this is my dinner that I made for my family tonight. So it's goulash. You're gonna like it. It's tomatoes and pasta sauce and hamburger and ground beef and noodles. So that is dinner tonight.
And the garlic bread.
And the garlic bread? Oh yes, we have garlic bread too. I forgot about that, garlic bread. So I digress. The long A vowel sounds. Oh, okay. Pasha wanted me to show you the garlic bread as well.
I'm pretty small.
How does it taste? So Diego wants to know, how does it taste? Callie, I'm live. Okay. So goulash. Goulash is a pasta noodle with ground beef.
Bang some Superman.
With ground beef. Anna says hello.
Hi.
And pasta sauce. And my daughter Callie says that it's really good. Tomato, basil, oregano. Those would be the kinds of things that are in. The Google Suite is not even working on my computer right now. This is crazy. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. So crazy. So you know what, guys? We're just going to have a Q&A, and we will have to postpone the lesson for the long vowel sounds. Raina, I should offer because I like it. Yes. So we're going to have to, let's do a Q&A. So guys, ask me Ask me questions. What would you like to know? Because right now, things aren't working for me at this point in time. Yes, Pasha is. So would you like to hear something about my family? Questions? Hello, Ahmed. This is not a typical lesson. Usually I have a great lesson. Yes. No, James. The weather does not typically affect my internet. We had a really significant storm blow through today. There was actually tornadoes in my area. So I'll use my visual for you. I have cards here that I use with my students, and I have a picture of a hurricane. So this is hurricane. So it was a tornado, not a hurricane. Every day and every day. Good question. Here's a tornado. This is what happened today. Tornado. Tornado. So if I were to say every day, two separate words, every day I work. So your messages, they disappear right away. So let me just see if I can, all messages are visible. Let me see here. I switched my messages, so now I can see everybody. Usually what time do you take dinner in the United States? Okay, I can answer that question. It varies. I would say most families who have younger children eat dinner between the time of 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. I have always been somewhat of a non-traditional type of parent with dinner time, and the dinner time fluctuates with our family. And sometimes we'll eat at 5, sometimes we'll eat at 6, sometimes we'll eat at 7. Sometimes I may even eat at 8 or 9. The older my kids get, the more our dinner time tends to move around. And I would say that's not necessarily typical of a lot of families, but things have changed a lot over the last 5 years. And so more and more families are having a variety of times that they eat because everyone's so busy and has crazy schedules. So it's kind of common that we might eat in a car going somewhere, pick up, drive through, carry out, those kinds of things. So let me just look and see what other questions. So every day I meant 2 separated words. So let me get out my whiteboard. And we'll do some old school here with my whiteboard. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there. Keep the questions coming. Running mate the same as runner up? No, it is not. I'm going to write down that question. Time right now is 7:16 p.m. Michelle, you showed us a beautiful sunrise with a red sky. Yes, that was this morning. And I feel like that was the anticipation of the weather that we had today. So running mate. No, a running mate is the term that is used when you are talking about politics and you have a running mate. So you have your president and your running mate is your vice president. Runner up is the person who finishes behind first place. The runner up is second place. Runner up. You're welcome, Alex. And Jonathan, I saw your question, and that's a little bit longer of an answer. So I'll have to respond to you on WhatsApp or Instagram. If you can, send me that on Instagram and I'll answer that question. Pronunciation of basically. So basically, logically, and practically. Basically, logically, and practically. My name is Sherry. I am a speech therapist, which means I specialize in pronunciation, and I am also an online ESL teacher. And guys, your messages that you're leaving me on the phone app, They are there for 10 seconds and then they disappear. So if a bunch come, so if I don't respond, type your question again. I apologize for that. So running mate. Running mate is typically used in politics. They're my running mate. I would have to double check the definition, but I've never heard it used in other instances. Running mate is usually used in politics. Any other questions? So thanks so much, guys, for coming. Michelle, it's good to see you here. Vashuda, I haven't seen Layla yet. Maybe she's still sleeping. Yes. Runner, champion. The champion is the first place winner. So that's how I would refer to that. So the topic, typically, Karoo, I was going to be talking about the long vowel sounds in English, but I'm having technical difficulties, so we're doing a Q&A. Okay, that means long journey. So 2-year-old boy, again, I'm sorry, it disappeared really fast. I'm trying to write down, as you guys say. Yes, Anna. Yes, typically in politics. Well, in other offices as well. So you could have the chairman of the board. My running mate is my vice president. The A has no sound. Psychic and psycho is how you say psychic and psycho. And I missed the one before that. Guys, this is crazy. It comes up, I see it, and then it disappears. So type again, okay? I promise I will get to it. You have my undivided attention right now. And I'm so appreciative of all of you. So this is what happened to me this week. I started a TikTok about a month ago. Schools operating normally in your area. I'm going to write that down, Michelle, because I'm going to answer that. Let me finish this thought. I started TikTok about a month ago. One of my dear friends suggested that I do that because he had used TikTok to help with his English. And I did so. I have an Instagram. I like Instagram a lot. I'm not recommending for you to drive long, that means a long journey. You drive long with a 2-year-old boy. Okay, thank you. 4G, yes, James. 5G is coming. Not long. So your sentence, I think it was Anna, you would say it's not recommended to take a long journey, 2-year-old. And yeah, I think a 2-year-old drive, a 2-hour drive would be considered a journey. Anyway, so my Instagram, I have around 300 people now, and I've had my Instagram for quite some time. And it's been a pretty slow and steady process. And many of you are there on my Instagram. If you have not joined it, it is Learn English Live on Instagram. Please join. I post things very regularly. Difference between trip and journey. Right. So I get on TikTok and I've been doing some short lessons and I'm over 1,000 followers on TikTok. It's been phenomenal in a really short period of time. So that's what I've been doing this week. I'm really excited about that. So schools, Michelle, the schools in my area. Ahmed, that's fine. I haven't started a Facebook. I mean, maybe I will. There's so many social media. Schools, logically and practically, the last A has no sound. Yes, logically and practically. Logically, you're correct. It goes from the K to the L. The A, logically. Now, if you say logically, but again, in running speech, which I posted on Instagram and TikTok, we've done gonna, wanna, coulda, shoulda. It's the same kind of thing. Logically, it all runs together. The schools in my area, Michelle, hybrid. So students will come into my school. I see them, they come 2 days a week. Half the students come 2 days a week. The other half come the other 2 days a week. So students are in the building 2 out of the 5 days. The other 3 days, they have remote lessons on the computer. So we have half the students in the building on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, everyone is learning virtually, and Thursday, Friday, half. between mad about and mad at. I'm writing that down. Mad at. Vishuddha alphabet. I'm writing all these things down. Okay, so mad about and mad at. I'm mad about the current state of affairs. And I'm mad at my husband. So mad about and mad at. Remote learning, hybrid learning. Hello, Luis. It's great to see you. Hello. So hybrid learning is where the students are learning both in person and online. That is what hybrid learning is. Remote learning is where all they're doing is they're learning from home. Yeah. Typically, yes. Most of the time when you're talking about mad at, it's directed towards something. At, the preposition, is in the direction of something. So your emotion is in the direction of that person. I hope that answers that question. Alphabet, Vishuddha. Singing is super important. Using music and rhythm when you're teaching the alphabet. You don't necessarily have to do A, B, C, D, although I have that behind me. There are so many other songs. I highly encourage using music and rhythm when you are talking about the alphabet. Also, move your body. So when you're talking about A, form an A. You want them to use movements with their body that will help them retain what that letter looks like along with what the name is. The sounds come later. Tell Mariana hello, Luis. It's great to know that we have young ones here. Hello, if you guys can hear me, let me know. It looks like I lost connection for a moment, so let me know if you can hear me. It looks like I can see you and hear you again. Keep the questions coming. Yes, Luis. Greetings from Mesitas del Colegio. Great. So, what other questions do you guys have for me? No. So, Andre, are you telling me a SIM? I need a SIM card for my phone? Guys, keep coming with the questions. I'm writing them down. Okay, so already, are you talking? Let me show this. So we have already. 2 words. Are you all ready to go? I'll tell her thank you. And this is what my children are always saying. I already cleaned my room. Oh, thank you. I already cleaned my room. Already, 2 separate words. I'm prepared to go somewhere. Already means it's been completed. You've already done something. All right, guys, keep the questions coming. Don't feel guilty at all. This is a Q&A for you guys. And I'm trying something new, being on my phone on YouTube. Hello, Danilo, hello. No, Anna, I'm saying different. So I cleaned my room already. I'm on TikTok, Luis, find me. Learn English with Sherry. Already, you've completed something. Already means I'm prepared. I'm going to do something. It's and its. Its is a contraction. ITS. This is a contraction, which means it is. And I need to get a better whiteboard. My other whiteboards are, hang on a minute, I have another whiteboard right here. Brand new for you guys. So I would call this lesson a hot mess. Let's talk about some idioms. I love teaching idioms. This lesson is a hot mess. Let me know, have you guys heard of the idiom hot mess? Ah, yes. Talking about phrasing. I like that. That's a great idea, Gertrudis. Guys, I'm breaking out a brand new whiteboard for you. I took away. I took away. I took away the remote control from my child. Hot mess, not ad hoc. Hot mess. So let's talk about the idiom hot mess. Icing on the cake. Yes, Anna, I taught that lesson. I am a hot mess. What this means is things are not going well. Things are kind of falling apart, and it's not a good situation. I'm a hot mess. So that is a fun one to say. Or you could talk about a situation being a hot mess. James, good question. So it could be both. You could say, I'm going on a trip. A journey can be more than just actually physically doing something. So with a journey, you could talk about my journey to learning English, which is a process, right? A journey is a process. So it could be an actual physical movement, or it could be where you don't actually ever go anywhere. You process from one step to another, being a non-fluent speaker of English to a fluent speaker of English. That would be a journey. Shall we try some other idioms? I have some other ones that I would love to share with you guys. Or we could try some other fun homonyms. How about this one? Let's try a fun homonym. I've been thinking about this one today, thinking about doing a lesson with it. And who likes to eat pears? Does anyone like to eat pears? I was thinking about this idiom. So we have pear and pear. They sound the same, but they're spelled different. Pear as in a fruit that you eat, and pair as in a set of two things. So here we have a pair of sandals. Pear. And that is an awesome idiom. Cool as a cucumber. An idiom is a saying that is used that can describe a situation. It is very it's very expressive. Idioms are used by native speakers in their languages. It's not just for English, and it can really set people apart. If you can speak and use idioms effectively, it really you sound like a native speaker. And idioms add a lot of color to language. That's why I love idioms. And until I started teaching English online, I did not realize the prevalence of idioms in language. And so now I'm always thinking about, ooh, there's another idiom, there's another idiom. And idioms change and grow over time as well. There are idioms that my daughter uses, which I actually did a video about, that I don't know what they mean. And so we did a video about it. That language is so amazing how it transforms and changes over time. I love that part. So slang isn't necessarily, and again, I would have to look up the definition because Robin is going to be saying, we need these definitions. Slang is not always as generally accepted. And slang tends to be something that is newer, evolving. Yes, Anna. Native speakers use idioms all the time, for sure. So anyway, so here are two words, pair and pear. They sound the same, but they have different meanings and different spellings. So this is why it's important for you to be able to use the context of the sentence so that you know which word we're talking about. And if you want to get really crazy, I could say, I bought a pair of pears at the store. Now, would I typically say a pair of pears? No. I would say I bought 2 pairs, because a pair are 2 things that go together, like a pair of shoes, a pair of earrings, a pair of glasses, a pair of pants. All of those things have, glasses have 2 lenses, pants have 2 legs, shoes have 2. Till 10, and from then she gets a bit, okay, yes, and I will tell you, Luis, it is extremely common for young children to get confused in those teens, and then once they get to the 20 and then 21, 22, then they're able to do that. But the teen numbers are challenging, and that is something that children about the ages between 3 and 5 are able to count with those teens. And by the time they're 5 years old, they should be able to count to 100 if you are a native English speaker in a public school. So keep the questions coming. Your phone for your son is out of the question. Yes, that is a great, and actually my youngest son, he has a phone, but he does not have a phone that has internet. It's out of the question. Saying something's out of the question, that means it's not going to happen. It's, as I would say, don't even go there. Don't even go there. I'll say that to my children. If they come up and they open their mouth and I know what they're going to say, and they're going to ask something, or they're going to say something that's going to make me irritated, I'm going to say, don't even go there. See how quickly that goes together? Don't even go there. Everything gets pushed together. Don't even go there. Ah, that's great, Vishuddha. Once they start counting, then you can start working on addition too, by, having them count and adding 2. Michelle, do people save for a rainy day in the United States? That's a great idiom as well. Save something for a rainy day. So I will share with you, I think that in general, I see, at least in my country, a lot of people don't save for a rainy day. We are a society that you get something and you got to have it right away. We are a very, I don't know. I mean, TikTok, right? TikTok is so popular in the United States because it's a minute, right? Because nobody wants to spend a bunch of time watching something. They want to get their information, get it quickly, and in a minute. The same thing goes with saving. Like, once you get something, you want to use it right away. I think that that's kind of what I've seen over the years, but there are still quite a few people who will save things for a rainy day. So for example, right here, this is a tiny little Reese's peanut butter cup. It came in this little thing, right? And I love Reese's peanut butter cups. And I'm saving this one, Michelle, for a rainy day. I only ate about half of it. So I'm saving it for a rainy day. I'm a person that I will save things for a rainy day. Both if I want to save money for a rainy day, for something special I want to buy, or I love chocolate, and so I will savor it. That's an awesome word. Let's talk about that word. Savor. It's also a flavor, savory. But if you want to savor something, you want to keep it and really enjoy it. Luis, that sounds like my son Pasha. Jonathan, chocolate. Oh, so guys, I am exercising. I just started exercising again. I was an athlete in college. So I played volleyball and basketball. Yeah, my son has a bunch of followers too. And I was always very active, very physically fit. A taller, thinner type of person. Well, middle age has hit me. COVID has hit me. And so I haven't gained a bunch of weight per se, but I've just gotten kind of flabby. So I need to change my lifestyle. I started exercising again, not last night, but the night before. I'm going to exercise again too. Yeah, Gertrudis, that's a great idiom. Put the world in a tight spot. Also, you could say, if you're in a difficult situation, you could say, I'm in between a rock and a hard place. I'm between a rock and a hard place. So Anna, you spelled it the British way. So savory, you can talk about something is savory. Usually something like meat might be savory, but American English would spell it like this. The vowel sounds short and long. Yes, I can definitely do that. Okay, so since tonight's lesson was supposed to be long vowel sounds, I'll start with that. And thanks again for your patience, guys. I doubt this playback will be available because I don't think this is up to the standards. But so with the long vowel sounds, they actually say their name. That's actually a good song called Say My Name. It's kind of fun. So they say their name. A, E. Yes, Anna, I'm so sorry you broke your foot. I, O, and U. That's the long. Short would be ah, and this is, I don't know if this is backwards for you guys. I hope it's not. Ah, and then E is eh. Can somebody let me know, is this backwards for you guys or is it mirrored? Let me know. Short, long, short. A, ah. E, eh. I, eh. Eh. O, ah. And ah can be like this or it can be like this. Ah. Ooh. Long U. U. And then we have the the infamous schwa. The schwa doesn't get enough respect. Okay, so you can see it correctly. So the schwa is the unstressed short U vowel sound, schwa. If it's the stressed, then it would be the caret, which looks like this. So if we were to say cup, that's one syllable. And so it would be the stressed syllable. So it would be the So you guys, this isn't backwards for you guys. You can see it. Okay. All right. I hope that answered your question. Anything else, guys? Let me know. Oh, yes, you're more than welcome. And like I said, so next week I will teach the lesson with the long vowel sounds. So we'll actually have the full lesson so you guys can go through that. And don't forget, sure. Hello, Antonio. Antonio Banderas. I think I saw you on TikTok. Or thanks for showing up. Greetings to you. So this is a Q&A for those of you who are later to the party. And normally I would be doing a lesson where you would be seeing slides and I would go over that. Are your kids also hooked with Just Dance videos? So Luis, yes and no. My son has a TikTok that's all about baseball. He talks about the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team, which I have my hat right here.
Baseball vibes.
So it's called Baseball Vibes. I am a baseball fan too. And I love the St. Louis Cardinals. Hooked. How to use it hooked. If you can let me know, Louise, that would be awesome. I wasn't quite sure if I understood your message. And then my son Pasha has a TikTok. He is TikTok. He does dance, but his is mostly ramen noodle reviews. Ramen noodle reviews. It's crazy. He tries a bunch of different ramen noodles and he reviews them and people love them. Hello, Dee. Hello, Aaron. Hello. Yes, Gertrudis, I don't think Antonio is the actor. I think he has the same name, or maybe he uses that name, but I don't know. So welcome to Learn English Live. My name is Sherry. I am an online ESL teacher and speech therapist. Alyssa, great to see you. Glare and Glower. Food reviews. Yes, Anna, he does ramen noodle reviews. And I'm going to have to get back to you on that, Alyssa. Andre, I love helping other people. I love helping other people. Alyssa, I apologize. I'm not sure on Glower. I want to make sure that I get it correct. And I don't have internet right now except for on my phone. So I would have to look it up and I think it would break the live. But I will confirm that with you. So you said glow and glower or glare and glower? Yeah, and then my daughter, my almost 15-year-old daughter, she doesn't post dance videos, but she does do dances. She just never posts them. She keeps them all private. Yes, he loves ramen noodles. He's been having acid reflux, heartburn. So that's when acid from your stomach comes up into your throat. It's called acid reflux or heartburn. And he's been having that a lot lately. And I told him, it's the ramen noodles that you're eating. They're not good for you. And he figured out he'd been putting too much spice in his ramen noodles. He likes food that's really spicy. And now it's been giving him some acid reflux, which isn't good. So shall we try another idiom, or I'll answer a question? I'm good to be here about another 10 minutes. And again, I apologize for not being able to do our regular lesson. Oh, he's okay. It's nothing major. He just needs to stop eating so much ramen because it's not a very healthy food for you. It has a lot of sodium. So what are your guys' exercise routines? What do you like to do for exercise? I like to do cardiovascular. I like to do cardio work. That is exercise that gets your heart pumping. I really like that. Hindsight. Ooh, okay, there's a great saying. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is the ability to see behind you, literally, if you were to interpret that. Jonathan bicycles. That's a great sporting activity. But when you look in the past at choices that you've made, it's easy to be, oh, I shouldn't have done that, because you've been through the experience and you can see where you made the mistakes. Hindsight is 2020. It's like being an armchair quarterback. And that means that you're sitting watching a sporting event and you're watching things unfold, and then you're yelling at the TV, why are you doing that? He's open, pass it to this guy. But you see things unfold and you know what's going to happen. Somebody posted something and I totally missed it. Hindsight 2020, that's a really popular thing to say when someone is regretting something that they did. And so hindsight is 2020. Yes, resistance bands are amazing. So Dia, it's totally 2020. Okay, I'm going to answer that. I'm going to write that down, 2020. So Dia, hello Sajad, nice to see you. So Dia, I'm going to share with you something my good friend has told me. He lives in a country that doesn't have a lot of English speaking people visit, or people who live there who speak English. But there were a couple of cities that were more touristy, and he would purposefully go to those cities so that he could seek people out to talk to them. Now, I know that sounds a little weird, but if you frequent a cafe or something, and you hear someone speaking English, oftentimes you can at least have small talk with them, say hello, ask them how they're doing, so that you can at least, and sometimes people will be willing to speak to you as well. When I was in Russia, I often, hello Kishore, great to see you. I often would have people come up to me and they would want to talk to me. They would just I would be walking down the streets and I would see a person across the street see me, and they would cross the street to come and talk to me. I think I lived in this city for several weeks, and so people kind of knew that I was the American. Gertrudis, great, 3 times a week. Bioenergetics, I'm not sure what bioenergetics is. Andre, advice. You're going to have to clarify on that. Unveil, unravel. So we talked about, we had the lesson about prefixes, and so meaning not. Okay, and you asked if unravel and unveil. No, they're not the same things. So unravel is when you have something that's wound up and it unravels, it comes undone. That would be what that would mean. Yes, you can use chip to break a bone. You can also use you chip a mug. That is correct. Yeah, it was a pretty decent sized town, but I think just the novelty of having an American there. Oh, to become, so Andre, yoga and cardio. Ooh, Gertrudis, I might need to get some links on that. So becoming fluent. I hate to say this because is so crucial to improving your fluency. And it's difficult if you, oh, Diego, that's cool. Running and jumping rope. Jumping rope's also great cardiovascular. It's difficult if you don't have a lot of people around. But what you can do, of course, there's always the standby of listening, watching movies, and then stopping the movie and repeating. When I taught myself some Russian, that's what I did. I just listened. And I also want to encourage you to think about, sometimes remove the video. Just listen with headphones. Close your eyes. This is what I would do when I was really trying to get something in Spanish or in Russian. Close my eyes, because then you're very much focused on what you're doing, what you're hearing. And Alyssa can probably attest to this, because with her eyesight not being able to see clearly, she really is able to focus and hone in on what she's hearing. Oh goodness, Dragon Time. I work with young children who have disabilities all of the time. I've worked with young children who've had strokes. I help them learn how to eat and learn how to speak. Louise, I know this is boring to her. She's lost focus. So that's one thing that I would suggest, listening, repeating, and then comparing what you hear yourself say and what they are saying. So record yourself. Yes, I agree. Dia is talking about phrasal verbs. That's just, there are certain things that you just have to memorize. For myself with Spanish, I just have to go through and memorize the conjugation. I'm still working on that. Estás, estoy, estamos. Well, priorities, right? What other questions do you guys have? So learn other tips for learning. Like I said, watch movies. You can turn on the subtitles to help you. Reading is very helpful. Read out loud. That is extremely helpful. Good. Yes, Antonio, those are great things. I think asking other Other students who are learning English, what they do is key, because if someone else has had success with it, then it could possibly be successful for you. I was just talking to my good friend the other day, and I was saying, have you thought about writing things down in a journal? That is really helpful, writing things down. So if you look at child development with language, this is where my professor is going to come out in me. Okay, I used to teach at a university how to write essays, Diego. I'll get to that. With child development, they first come, they're born, they are wired to hear and to hear every single language. And then as they get closer to 1 year of age, their brain starts to prune away the neurons that are not being stimulated in their languages. So, yes, I'm on Instagram, Kishore. That's the other place I'm at. And so then they're kind of tuned in more into the language that they're hearing. So then they babble. They get individual speech sounds. The sounds that come out in English are PBM, TD. The very first sounds that come out are at the beginning, the front of the mouth. And I think that other languages are probably the same way. The earliest developing sounds are the easiest to produce, and they start at the front of the mouth and work their way back. So vowel sounds, all they have to do is open their mouth, sound comes out. And then they add the so mama, that's why you get mama, dada, papa, because those sounds are very easy to produce at the front of your mouth. Then they get words, and then they get sentences, and then they're able to actually have the fine motor skills to hold something to color. And then they're able to read, but writing is the last thing that is to develop in a language. Typically, writing is the highest skill, and because it requires that you are synchronizing your receptive language, your expressive language, that you're also bringing in the phonetics of things as well. It is a multi-step process to write. Now, in some countries, students can write English extremely well, because in the schools, that's what they really worked on. They worked on the grammar, they worked on the English, but their conversational skills are not there. A scoff sound. Ugh. That's to scoff at someone. Ugh. Scoff. That's something people will do if they don't want to really entertain what you had to say, or they think what you said was ridiculous. Ugh. And usually like an eye roll will happen with that too. So for those of you who are later to the party, again, I'm Sherry. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, because I know some are banned, but Instagram, Learn English with Sherry. I'm also here on Learn English Live every Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending on where you are. I live in the United States. I am in the Midwest, so I am in the Central Standard Time Zone, which Luis and I, so my friends who are in South America and in Mexico, we are often very similar. Snickered. Snickered is a type of laugh. I don't know if I can quite do it. That's kind of a snicker. A snicker isn't a really loud laugh. It's kind of a quieter laugh. Anna, I wouldn't necessarily consider it rude in all contexts, but it often is. Okay, I missed that last post. So sometimes when I speak in English, if I miss that, you'll have to post again. So Luis, where have you been, man? I haven't seen you. It's good to see you here, and I enjoyed meeting with your friends from Brazil. You guys are quite the interesting group. You guys know how to have a good time. That's nice. Also, for those of you who are asking for tips on how to improve your English, there are also groups on WhatsApp. There are chat groups that you can participate in. There's some really amazing groups on YouTube and people who have Zoom meetings every week at a certain time. And you can go in and they will match you with fellow speakers. They'll have, a beginning English group and an intermediate English group. And those are great, and often those are free. It's a great way to just practice your English. So I would encourage you to seek out those as well. So I think we're going to kind of wrap things up here a little bit. Please come back on Tuesday, a week from today, same time, and I will give you the lesson that I prepared for you that you deserve, which is on the long vowel sounds in English. I'll give you a few more minutes if anyone else has any questions. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I really appreciate it. I am a perfectionist, and so tonight was really difficult for me not to be able to provide to you what my lesson typically is. Sure. Ah, Dia. Well, great. I'm glad. Thank you for joining, Kishore. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Anna, thanks for participating and for supporting Learn English Live. Robin has great things in store for all of us. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you all are healthy and well. And remember to be patient with yourself. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Diego. Thanks, James. You're welcome, Dwee. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, James. Thanks, Dee. And guys, be kind to one another, okay? I know you always are, but that's always what I end my lessons with. See you later. Bye, everyone.